Hey guys, welcome back to Adventures. Today we are on the Wisconsin River, and water's really down today. It's actually, you can kind of see the shoreline here. We were actually panning up here on the Gold Frenzy video, and now we are actually way down here. So we actually found some more gold over in this area. There's some big cliff rocks in here that we're gonna dig by, that we found some. And today we're going to try out our Gravity Sluice that we have set up. You just have to add water with the bucket. And then refill the bucket. For the next one. So today is more of a, it's not so much of a chase for gold today. It is a try out this system and see how this system works. I've not tried the system out in the field yet. I just haven't had a good opportunity to do it. But we've tried it out at home and it works at home. This is actually going to be my first time using this dream mat to actually capture gold out in the creek. So that'll also be an awesome ordeal. So yeah, we're gonna get some gold and we're gonna try out this thing and see how it works. Alright guys, so why do we use this system and how does the system work? So the system works, we put the water in here. I got a holder that I built that holds the bucket in there. We got to hold the bottom with a 1-inch hose that comes to our power head. So our power head feeds it, it comes up through the power head and then comes down the sluice. So that's kind of how our gravity system works. It's actually been working fairly decent, other than we have to continually keep water in that 5-gallon bucket. Continually keep water flowing, because we know that if our water gets too low in the sluice, it could bring stuff up to the top and we could lose gold. So I'm going to fill it quick. So, since it's gravity feeding it, we need this bucket to be higher than the power head. And in this instance, the water's coming out the bottom. I think that could have been better if I would have come out the side, but the water's coming out the most pressure, so the water's coming out the bottom and gravity feeding up and then feeding the bottom of the power head. Now, how can we change that? Well, we can make it so the water comes in straight, and then might actually be able to be a better flow if we came just straight over instead of having to come down and up. But so I got the dream mat in here. The dream mat's, I'm putting it right onto the dream mat. And one thing I think I could change on that at this point is I could put my little fine matting up here, my dream mat down here, and have it come down onto the dream mat. So the reason why I designed this system is because here in Wisconsin we're not allowed to use powered pumps or like powered sluices or dredges or anything like that without permits. So this is a gravity system that I can just use this type of equipment out here on a place where I don't have a lot of water flow. I mean, there's a lot of water flow here, but it's just no way to really hook up a sluice to have proper water flow, I guess. So that's why we use this setup. That's why I designed this setup There's some other kinks I want to work out yet to make it work a little more efficiently, and to make it so maybe make our bucket a little taller, or a little, so we can add more water to it at a time to give us more time to feed it, because it's going to be a workout trying to run back and forth. But it's pretty cool that we can do this system out here on the river, and we can run instead of having a pan all day. We can do this. It just kind of breaks the panning up a little bit from having to pan so much at a time. Because last time on the Gold Frenzy, we must have did like, I don't remember what it was, like 30 something pans or something like that, or 40 something pans, heaping pans. So today I kind of found a spot where I found some gold right away. And again, we were pretty far down from where we panned before during the frenzy video, but we definitely found a lot of gold then, and I know there's gold here. So just want to give you guys a little more in depth on how it works. A little kink, but it comes up. We got the water going in the bottom. So the water comes out the bottom here, comes down, and it's feeding the bottom of the torrent sluice head, and it's coming down. We got pretty good water flow. The water flow changes as the amount of water is in the bucket, which I like to address that as well. We definitely got enough water flow to run it though. It's pretty cool. So guys, the people that want to come out and pan and do some gold prospecting, to anybody on my channel, everybody that sees my videos, just email me. I got my email in my description, in the info section of my channel, and let's talk about it. I'll give you guys some ideas on places to go. This spot specifically, I've told a few people about. I'm willing to help you guys out, help you guys get out there and find gold. So if anybody wants to get out, just let me know, and I can give you some good spot ideas. I'll send you direct pins, kind of to places that I go, to help you look for it. I mean, I can't find it for you. You're gonna have to find it, but I could tell you where it's at. So yeah, just email me and I'll get back to you right away as soon as I can, as soon as I see it. I check it periodically. So all right, don't be afraid to hit me up, guys. I came down here, guys, this morning, and this specific place we have to get out here early because the jet boats come through here, the tour jet boats do, and they just create havoc on the river. So I like to try to get out here before they come through. But now that I have this new system running now, I think it might be a little safer for me to be out here. That's my main reason why I get out here so early, is that I just find it safer to not be around those jet boats completely. You never know, they make some pretty big waves. So that's why we get out here so early. That's why we get out on the river. Plus it's peaceful, it's quiet. There's only a few people here today. So I think it's gonna be a pretty good day. We're gonna pan this morning and see what we can find. Alright guys, we have gone through our first bucket in this system, and it worries me a little bit. I'm worried a little bit, but not I don't know about how much, because there's a lot of black sand in this, along this beach, that doesn't have any gold in it at all. But look at my black sands that I got running off. Is it because they're not heavy enough? I mean, what is it? I don't know. I don't know what it's from. But there sure is a lot of black sand just packed in that dream net. Just packed in there. So, now that we got the water off, because, well, it ran out, we're gonna go put that into a pan, and we're going to see what it did for us. And then anything in the pan, we'll put it all into, I got a really small bucket there, and we're going to put whatever's in there, put in the pan into there, to take home to kind of go through to get a better understanding of how this system is working for us. So all right, let's do that. Let's not forget, this is my first time ever using a dream mat actually on the creek, so creek or river, whatever you want to say. So I don't really know about them yet, know exactly how well they work or anything like that. Now I don't think we're gonna take any out because I don't want to lose any in the river. So see if we can get it all to go down into the bottom. I'm using my big riffles on this side just because I don't want any gold getting caught in my little riffles. Then we're gonna come back. Got one little speck of gold so far. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you. Now this kind of worries me a little bit. That's how much gold we got in that one bucket, which is not good. It's not good, but it's also, I don't think that's correct. I think we might have lost some. Just look. Yeah, I think we might have lost some. But they're pretty decent pieces though. So I don't know. So that one bucket we went through. Now I don't know if I lost some or not. I don't know if it's the mat, the way the mat is in there, because I'm putting it right onto the dream mat. And maybe it's not long enough, it doesn't have enough time to settle out. That could be possible too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do some more testing with it and see how that works or not. It's kind of interesting that I only have those few specks in there, mainly because even I was getting that much in one pan in that spot I took gold from. So I'm gonna take a pan out of that spot again. I'm gonna put this stuff into our little bucket to take home. Maybe I missed some when I was panning, and then we're gonna go from there. It's just a testing day for us. We're just gonna try to get this equipment dialed in, see what I need to change. If you guys have any ideas for me or anything like that, don't be afraid to put it down in the comments. Alright guys, so we took a pan. I got to thinking about this. So the river was so high up there, but when the river comes down low, yeah, it could drop gold in here, but we were getting so lucky up there before. So the water just comes down gradually. Well, I did a pan from a spot over there. I'll show you in a second. That's what I got, one pan, and I got some float gold going on in there. So we were panning down here. Well, before, about that line right there is what we were panning before when we found all that gold. So then I kind of got to thinking, kind of got to looking, and actually I thought when all that water was high, it was rushing through here. So I took a dig right there, and that's where I found that pan. What's in that pan? So I think I might have found a decent spot to dig. I'm gonna do another pan there, and then after I do that pan, if that's got just about the same amount of gold as what that's got in it, then I'm going to we're going to take a bucket from there and run it through this and see what it does, because then we know that that has plenty amount of gold in it, and this should be catching that. So, all we'll know is try. So let's give it a try. Alright guys, second pan from that spot. Check this out. Focus. I gotta get water on it. Look at that. Look at all that gold. Second pan. Look at that floater. The floater. That's awesome. Second pan from that spot. I had at least 20 flakes in a pan. That was pretty awesome. We are going to classify a bucket now. We're going to classify it out from that spot, and we are going to run it through this gravity system and see if this system's actually catching us the gold or not. I think I might put my pan at the bottom to catch the sands, and then every now and then just kind of shift it down to try to keep the gold down below, just to see if it misses anything. So alright, we're gonna classify a bucket out of there and go from there. Alright guys, so I have for sure found the gold now. And I you know, I love sharing my gold on this channel, but it's so hard when you find this much. I found so much in one pan, it was insane. So I'm actually keeping that pan because one of my subscribers, Adam, is coming down here, and I'd like him to see that pan because a lot of people don't realize how much gold is actually here until we find it. And I have been looking, Zeke and Caitlin on YouTube, they've been looking here too in the same exact location, and I think I finally figured it out exactly to a pinpoint of where it's at and what depth it's at. So we're still running this. I still want this to work, the system to work. If I can make a bigger system, even better. So we're going to run this bucket that I classified through this system and see what it gets us for gold in that spot that I found a bunch of gold in one pan. Alright, let's try it out. Alright guys, we ran this bucket through. Now you can see all the black sands filled up in those little tiny holes. Again, my first time using this sluice, so I hope that's how it's supposed to be. Got some sinkers in there. Alright, we're gonna clean this up and put it into a pan and see what we got. Alright guys, so we cleaned the matting out of there. We got quite a bit of concentrates from it, which is kind of surprising because I can't really see that much concentrates in that matting. But check this out. I think this matting is working. I like it so far, especially because it doesn't seem like maybe I could run more through it at a time instead of just one bucket. But check this out. Look at that. One bucket. Isn't that just sick? That's awesome. That is awesome. Looks like some chunky pieces in there too. It's just all over. So I think we finally found the spot that I've been looking for. Kind of took all morning, but that's okay. That's awesome. I really think this setup works now. That for sure tells me that it works. I did not get a chance to put a pan in the bottom of it. I didn't start with it, so I wasn't gonna finish with it. But it's just awesome. That is awesome. We finally found the gold there, and we're gonna do maybe another bucket out of there. We'll see what we do. If not, we'll take a bucket out of there home with us. So, just because why not? You know, I got these waves coming in. So these boats. All right, guys. So remember I warned you earlier about those jet boats that come through. Well, one just came through, and they don't give two shits about you or me. So they came through and they splashed a bunch of waves up on the bank. So for us, you know, this system, the reason why I like this system being gravity fed like this, because I could stay up off this bank a little bit versus being in the water, because these guys do not care about us. The Wisconsin Dells speedboats do not care. The jet boats do not care. The tourist people do not care. So we have to protect ourselves because this river is a very dangerous river. So if you guys are panning down here, are down here exploring, looking at stuff, just be considerate of them because they don't care about you. So the waves do splash up on the banks quite a bit. Just want to put out there, kind of warned you guys about it earlier, that I usually like getting out of here before they show up, but who knows what time they start. I don't, you know, it seems like it's different every time, and they go all day long. So we found some gold in this spot. We're gonna do some more panning out of that hole and see what we can find else in that hole. We might take a bucket home with us from there, just to kind of, I got some new system ideas I'm also want to work on. It always seems like I'm working on a different system, different way to get this gold, you know. Wisconsin gold. 2 people today have asked me what I was doing, and I got to finally explain that to some people, and that's awesome. So I can't just love spreading the word to people about gold in Wisconsin, because nobody thinks it's real. Nobody knows it. I've never seen anybody pan in here before other than me and of course Zeke and Caitlin, but it's just awesome. Awesome to meet people. All right, we're gonna get back to work. All right, guys, we are back in the shop now. I totally forgot to make a video of me leaving the beach. We ran 2 buckets through that Gravity Sluice, and the Gravity Sluice seemed to work out pretty good. I think so. This is really going to be the teller to make sure it caught stuff. I'm going to show you guys what our concentrates look like from the beach. These are our concentrates. Look how dark that sand is. So we're going to put these into our big blue pan, and then we're going to run them through the cleanup sluice here. But we're going to save the stuff that falls in here, because I got, I like to rerun them later on to make sure that I got everything out of them, just to make sure that sluice did work out good. So, and make sure this one's working out like it should. So all right, well, we're going to put this into the pan, and then we're going to start feeding our cleanup sluice. Guys, this is our concentrates. Gotta show you. Trying to spill water. There's a lot of black sands in there. We got there's some sinkers in there, and there's some little rocks that I put in there. But the sinkers are kind of interesting to find, because when they get caught in the sluice as they're running, and it's just kind of interesting, because is that telling me that I'm in the right spot? Because I find so many fishing sinkers in that spot. I don't know. It's a pretty big fished area. So, all right, well, we're gonna run it through the cleanup sluice and see what we got in this pan. All right, guys, these are our concentrates that we're running here. We're just doing one shovel at a time here. I have put this cleanup sluice through a lot. past couple years. Alright guys, we're done running our concentrates through the cleanup sluice. We ran it all out of we put it all in there, we ran through the sluice here. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys some gold here. I am going to slow this down, if I can, with one hand. Look at that. Look at all that gold, guys. That's so awesome. We can see that in our sluice like this. All right, so we're gonna clean this out. We're gonna put this into our black pan so we can see it the best. Alright guys, so our cleanup. So I did run out of jet dry, so I got some floaters in there, but I'm going to show you guys kind of what I found just in 2 buckets classified of sands and ran through my gravity sluice. So check that out. Just 2 buckets. You can see it all over here too. 2 buckets worth. Look at that. Alright guys, so we ran 2 buckets through our gravity sluice here. Now, this thing has proven to be amazing with this tree mat in it and the water flow. I just think I need a bigger reservoir so I don't have to fill the bucket up like every single time, like every minute. I don't have to fill it up. So at least that's what it feels like anyway. So I just need like a bigger reservoir to run this thing. But this thing catches gold, and that is awesome. To build the fact that I found that much gold with this thing out on the river, easier than panning all day long. Just feed this thing. That was awesome. And I bet you if I really hit it hard, I could really get some good gold out of this spot. But we're gonna do a little bit of modifications to this. We're gonna make it with adjustable legs, so we can adjust it while we're out there, because I had to use rocks to shim the legs up here and there. But I'd like this system to really work out good. I like to also build a bigger system of this where I can feed it more at a time. But we found gold, and that's all that matters. So, and this system worked amazing. So maybe a different head for it, maybe a custom head of my own. We'll see what happens with this system. We're definitely gonna use this system a lot more down there on the beach. I love it. It's awesome. I'd just like to thank everybody for watching my channel. We have hit 4,000 subscribers at this point, and that is awesome. That is amazing. We're striving to meet more and more people every day, and we're really meeting them. It's awesome. More and more connections we get, the more fun this hobby seems to get. We got a lot of other stuff going on. I got a big project that I'm working on, building 2 new setups. We definitely got the motivation right now to keep going, to hit that spot hard, to hit that river hard. I'm going to be looking for another spot to pan now that, you know, I like telling you guys where to go, but now that I tell people where to go, I have to like keep traveling around to kind of just find more and more sections of the river that I can go, that, you know, I keep everybody happy, everybody in the same, you know, boat. We got to keep finding that gold no matter where it's at. So I encourage everybody to get out there and start panning. Just get out there and try it. Get out there and look for rocks. Rock hound. I love rock hounding. There's rocks behind me. There's rocks over here. There's a rocks all set up there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. We're over 4,000 subscribers now, and this is just a dream come true with the subscriber count. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are awesome. Thank you.